If you're holding a lot of anger or resentment towards one of your parents, let me share a story with you that might shed some insight. I recently did a higher self hypnosis session where my client's mother has really interfered in my client's life and tried to dominate much of her journey. She holds a lot of anger towards her mother over this issue, so we really went into depth talking about this with her higher self. First, I asked if her and her mother have incarnated together before and why she chose her mom, and the answer was yes. They often take on the roles of mother and daughter and swap the roles. And the way her mother is treating her in this life, she has treated her mother the same in other lives. Their lesson in previous lives was to learn how to really be there for each other. But now, in this life, it's to learn to separate because their journeys and their souls have become too entangled. And while my client has been trying to make this separation, her mother is not having it. I asked her higher self, are there any oaths, vows, commitments, or obligations between the two of them? And her higher self said, yes, they actually vowed not to leave each other behind. So in this separation, my client feels like she's leaving her mother behind. But her higher self told her it's not healthy to be this way. Every soul has its own journey. I asked her higher self if it could release her from this contract with her mom. Her mother's soul is not okay with this, so my client's higher self actually had a behind-the-scenes conversation with her higher self. And reading the notes off my screen, this is what my client's higher self said. So there are little pinpricks attached. I can feel where they hide. I'm going to pull them. I'm going to untie them. She does not want to hurt her mother. That's why she was always afraid to cut the ties. She will be fine. I'm going to untie them. There's one in her heart, a big knot of them in her stomach. We're going to stitch on some shining beads there instead that are from Creator. That is what she's going to be attached to now. She's going to have the support that she thought she was getting from her mother, and it will be there now in those beads of light from Creator. I asked if all their energy and cords were untangled now, and her higher self said yes, but it's tender. She's going to want to baby that for a while. Just concentrate on the beads there so she doesn't try to reattach it. That's why we had to give her something else to hold on to. She had to hold on to these so she wouldn't reach out and try to reconnect with her mother. That's what happened before. She would cut the cords in meditation and then she would reattach them. Then I asked if either one of them were holding soul fragments from the other, and the answer was yes. So I had those returned and cleansed and cleared in Creator's light. So the anger my client has been holding towards her mother is actually due in a large part to herself. I share this story to show that you don't always know what's really going on behind the scenes. If there's any contracts affecting your relationship with anyone else, and any past and current lessons you're meant to be learning by incarnating with that other person.